haven't paid enough attention when I recently bought some cat toys from a local shop, but I've become aware that many products on the market aren't safe for our cats. So I bought natural materials worth less than 10 quid and combined them with some basic items I had at home to create these cool toys. In this video I'll show you how to make each in under 5 minutes. Of course, Turbo and Nitro will test them and as always rate the experience on a scale from 1 to 5 tuna cans. Most cats love to play, and it's also essential for their physical and mental well-being. The market is full of cat toys, but many of them contain dodgy chemicals like glue or artificial colors. Often the small parts aren't properly attached and could too easily be ripped off during play, becoming a choking hazard for our cats. When Turbo and Nitro like a toy, they literally try to eat it, and I don't want these colorful feathers to be part of their diet. Toys are an important tool to enrich our cats' lives, especially for indoor cats. Play is a simulation of hunting, during which kittens learn essential skills and refine them throughout their lives. For Turbo, the mouthfeel of the material is key, as her preferred training focuses on building jaw strength and plucking fur or feathers. Nitro loves lightweight toys that move swiftly, which reflects her fascination with small birds. Toys that mimic the texture, feel and movement of prey allow the cats to live out their nature and get the boost of joy and self-confidence we want to see. By understanding the link between playing and hunting, we can better provide our feline companions with the enrichment they need to thrive. So let's learn how to make species-appropriate toys from safe materials to level up our cats' game. Since nothing good shall go to waste, for our first toy I'm going to reuse the stick and rubber band from this one. I also found this piece of coconut rope at home, which was left over from an old gardening project. To achieve a greater sensory variety, I combine it with this natural jute twine, which I ordered online for less than $3.50. I cut the chunky rope into 4 equal pieces and used the thin twine to hold it all together like this. Now we've got a lightweight teaser that is interesting and safe for the cats to chew on. Let's attach it to our rubber band and we are ready to go. At first, Nitro only showed interest in the rubber band, but then quickly realized those weren't the good parts. Now fully engaged, she's ready for some serious playtime. Cats love to chase moving objects, as this mimics the pursuit of fleeing prey. Once they've caught a toy, cats often bite it and kick it with their hind legs. This is known as the kill bite behavior, which ensures that the prey is quickly incapacitated and doesn't escape. Thanks for this comprehensive demonstration, Nitro. Before we get to the rating, let's see if our cat wand is just as much appreciated by Turbo. The new toy quickly got her attention, and of course she puts it straight into her mouth. I would have loved to see our chubby tubby to burn off a few calories, so I tried again to motivate her to move a bit more. But I quickly realized that her behavior is simply extremely energy efficient, which is not only due to her German roots, but also perfectly reflects the natural hunting behavior of cats. The cats are just in time for the rating. Their German ancestors would have been proud of their punctuality, at least when tuna is on the agenda. Both cats agreed the cat wand was a good idea. For Nitro's type, it's the perfect toy. She could let off a lot of steam and gave 5 tuna cans for it. For Turbo, it was also a nice entertainment, worth 3 tuna cans. For our next toy, I ordered these silver wine sticks online. They can be given to cats just like that, but according to some of the reviews I read online, some cats struggle to pick them up. So that the stick doesn't just lie flat on the floor, I take the coconut rope from earlier and wrap it around the stick a few times. This design makes the toy easier for the cats to grip, and the varied textures enhance its appeal. The cat's sensitive noses have already scented the fresh silver wine, and they curiously check out the process. First I had to be really careful with the scissors because Turbo couldn't wait. But when I put the ready toy on the sofa for them, Nitro was quicker. I don't want to trigger any jealousy, so I should better hurry up to make a second version with the jute twine. The cats are so absorbed in the game, they haven't even noticed that a second stick has spawned, so I give Nitro a hint. She quickly forgave me for accidentally startling her and even quicker approved of the new toy, which is all hers to cozily enjoy on the sofa. But what's that? Typical Turbo. The moment she has the first toy all to herself, it becomes boring and she's itching for a fight. But Nitro refuses to be bullied and boldly defends her territory. Surprised by Nitro's resilience, our troublemaker backs down, allowing Nitro to regain her peace. At least for a little while. Initial signs pointed toward a truce, but the moment Nitro lowered her defense, Turbo struck with a surprise attack. Playfights are also a vital part of how kittens learn to hunt. Even as adults, many cats may continue to practice these actions when engaged in a friendly tussle with another cat. Even though it might seem counterintuitive at first glance, playfighting can also be a bonding activity for cats who are close. Physical activities including playfighting can release endorphins, which have mood-boosting and stress-reducing effects. When cats experience these positive effects together, it can strengthen their bond. If you have several cats, please drop a comment if they also fight, and what do you think it shows about their relationship? And you cats, calm down, it's time for the rating. Wow, those chew sticks were a huge success. Thanks to the contained actinidine, our cheeky chong got an intensive workout, and our playtime addict also got a real kick out of them. The scent is extremely satisfying, and chewing on the sticks can even support oral hygiene, making them a clear 5 out of 5 for both cats. Most cats not only love to play, but also enjoy a mind-expanding trip. That's why I use some of the valerian we still have from our How and Why Cats Get High video for our next toy. If you want to find out more about this cool plant, I've linked the video in the description. For more variety, this time I mixed the valerian with some catnip that we also had in the house, because Turbo and Nitro are, well, drug connoisseurs. Last time I made 2 little mice, which apart from the disappointing fact that Turbo couldn't eat them, stood up very well to the rigorous assessment of our testers. This time I want to make the whole thing even easier without any sewing. I just cut the sock into 2 parts, the upper part of which I used to hold the gear together. Turbo is already curious about the new toy, or has she just come up for the open valerian? So to not mess up the tests, let's better put the drugs out of smelling distance. Turbo interacts with the toy, but her interest is modest. But I'm not ready to give up yet. Can I make it more appealing for the cats by using more jute? But Turbo is no longer in the mood. And even Nitro, who is usually super playful, isn't keen either. Carrying the toy after the cats doesn't change much. They stick to their judgment. Something is not quite right yet. As our jute has already proved its worth with the other toys, and our drug connoisseur's reserve is certainly not due to the valerian and catnip, I decide to give it one last try with a smaller and lighter bag. I replaced the old sock with a scrap of fabric from our valerian project, into which I filled the drugs and closed the bag tightly with jute and coconut rope. And indeed, it works. Is it because the thinner material allows the fragrance to develop better? Or is it the lighter weight? Or did I simply not wash the sock well enough? Either way, our discerning testers approved the adjustment. After the sock fail, I'm glad that the last toy turned out to be worth something after all. The smelly spider can't keep up with our first 2 toys, but it still gets a solid 2 out of 5 from both cats. Let's have a look at today's ratings in comparison. Of course, we can't make everything ourselves, and there are cool things you can buy like our circuit. There might as well be companies who are more responsible. But as loving cat parents, we have to be aware that products for cats aren't as regulated as, for example, toys that children would put into their mouth. So it's up to us to ensure they're safe. We think that self-made cat toys are a fun way to take more control over the materials and quality. Also, they're perfectly adjustable to your cat's individual preferences. Since the same materials like our jute twine and coconut rope can be used in so many ways to create loads of different toys, over the long run we'll also save money, which then can be used to buy more treats. So, what do you and your cat think about natural DIY toys? Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. If you've learned something from this video or simply found it entertaining, rate it 5 tuna cans by hitting the subscribe button and stay up to date with Terrace and Nitro's adventures. Thanks for watching and keep purring!